So, what's up, my friends? Hope y'all been having a good day, good week, and good life in general. So, today is a leg day. And honestly, I'm probably go off topic a little bit here with this whole thing. I know if you have been watching some of my videos for a while now, you probably start to understand or see that I'm not too straightforward with goals and everything. Too headstrong about that. It's just like I try to make goals with this, especially. It's just like I'm more so experimenting with all this just to see how far I could not really push myself, but just try to gain more experience within a mental capacity with all of this. Try to understand where I could fit in, not into society, but fit into my lexicon, my brain, to increase my knowledge and everything. It's like I don't really know if I have too too many solidified goals. To be honest, it's like it's always good to have goals, whether you're a man or woman. If you want to be a construction manager, a personal trainer, bodybuilder, do it everything that's within your realm of possibility that could take you to the highest height. But let's be objective about it. Let's realize that there are some things that we won't be able to achieve, and there's some things that we are able to achieve. And there's many variables to that. But I don't really have a just like I said, solidified goals. I don't really think life is supposed to be like that too often. I never said at all. I'm just saying too often. It's just like, yeah, it's always good to take yourself from point A to point B to gain that experience, gain that intelligence, so you can become a better human and everything. But me doing all of this, I'm more so trying to understand my place within myself and not just society. And that can take a toll on a lot of people if you really think about it. So it's like I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys who view my videos or view other people's videos, they're more so trying to find your place in society and everything. And even though you might not know it, or you might say that you don't feel like that, it it comes at you, and it eats at your subconscious a lot of times when you don't really think about it. The worst things are the things that we don't think about that are really are there, and
All
that's
right,
one
so
thing that
this clip got some
this
music in it
has
that
taught me.
pretty
This whole
sure
little
that I know
journey
I
of the
can't
Mentzer
have on here.
experience. It's just trying to
But
understand my own
anyway,
philosophy, my own
that
way of
last
life.
clip, as you can
The
see, I don't really
intensity
use that damn
of
machine
this
that
of these
much. I just have
workouts not
mine to
only
use
affect
it. I
me
was gonna use the pendulum squat, but
in
that
in
sufficed
physical
enough.
sense, but
I
also in
think
the
that was
mental
like
sense as well.
550 or something on there.
As I take this
But if you
intensity
pay any
higher,
attention to
I
like
understand the
more
more weight I
so
could bear,
how my foot
the more
positioning
weight of the
was,
world I could bear,
I did kind of like the Tom
and
Platz thing where I was on my
it
tippy
starts to
toes,
become
so I
a
could put a lot
habitual
more
fucking
emphasis
process.
on
And you start
the
to realize like, oh,
calf
I can take
and
a
the
lot
quad.
more damage than I think. I can do a
And
lot more
so
things
I
than
switched up
I
from
realized. This isn't coming
on
from
my
a
tippy
place
toes
of
to flat foot, and then
utter like
on some of the reps I
depression
just
or
switched
like
from
true
back and
true
forth,
self
full
doubt.
range of
Even though
motion,
I
going all
mean,
the way
shit, some
down,
of
all the
those
way
things
up.
do happen in our lives. So
And
it's just
then I
like
just
let's
did the partial
be
ranges
real
of
here.
motion,
Nobody's really
especially for the
immune to
lower weights.
everything.
I
Shit
want to keep the
happens,
tension as much as I
but
can.
something you have to
And
realize
so
about
I
the
feel like I
gym
don't
and
need to
working
do a
out
full
is
range on
you can make an
everything. And
analogy
plus, I
with the
know
gym about
Mentzer put a
everything.
lot more emphasis on doing full range constantly on
The
everything you do.
I can't
Damn
really think
near.
of an analogy, crazy, but it hits better when I'm actually talking about something that's in a better sense. But it's it's a lot of things that you could do in the gym that you could realize that'll help you outside of the gym. Becoming more creative, becoming more of a mad scientist, um, being extremely innovative in there. It could create. You could start to create your own philosophy and your own ways of thinking in life. being able to bear weight, being able to create something different, being able to mold the body that you want, but not just the body, but the mind as well. As you grow up with weight, your brain grows with intelligence, as it should. Not everybody, a lot of times. But that's only if you allow yourself to go to those darker places, to allow yourself to experience those pains, those pleasures, those distresses, and those despairs and everything. And that's one thing that the Mentzer experience taught me a lot. Is you have to realize that life has a lot of objective things within nature, especially human nature as well. And some of those things are a hard pill to swallow, but only if you don't allow yourself to swallow that pill. I mean, if you really think about it, it makes sense. It's just like sometimes we're not built for everything. Sometimes we are built for a lot of things. It all depends on how we go about life and what life gives us from the dawn of birth as a child into the setting of death as well. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful process. I know all of this sounds kind of wishy washy, like what the hell is he talking about? But if you have any idea, then just speak about it in the comments or whatever. I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Honestly, this isn't about just views and everything. I honestly just want to hear you guys speak and everything. If you have something negative to say it. If you have something positive to say it. Honestly, it's just good to see what's on people's minds, to talk. That's what we're here for, to talk about all of this, to explain our workouts, to explain what we do, what we enjoy, what our goals are, to allow yourself to be, as some people say, more vulnerable. I mean, it wouldn't make you weak or anything. Just like honestly, if you could actually explain yourself without feeling too self conscious about it and everything, then I'll respect you more than a guy that can't really explain himself. It's always good to speak and to allow things to flow through and filter out. And that's why I respect Mike Mentzer as he is, as the man he will always remain. It's just like some people talk about him being a meth head, a uh, a crazed mad scientist, a guy that's not too much there. But some people, you have to realize at some point in your life, when you reach a certain level of knowledge and intelligence, you gain a certain level of knowledge that turns into intelligence, which transitions to wisdom. Then you start to look at life a little differently. You start to become a little less normal, in quotation marks. I say that, and you start to become a little bit more outside of the realm, which is a weirder sense. And you don't look at life as differently. You start to say things that aren't as normal, and people tend to not like that, or they just don't understand that. People fear what they don't understand, or they neglect what they don't understand. And so the man transcended himself into a realm to understand the virtues of a man, of a human, the nature of life in the universe, the breaking down of muscle, and understanding the philosophy within the simplicity of muscle building, and making your own philosophy while also studying philosophy of others and listening to your own words and listening to others' words, but forming your own words and own ideas. And that's something I can really respect about the man as himself. It's like in some of his books, he had opportunities to potentially have millions of dollars in the future if he gave into what the critics said, the bodybuilding community, but he refused to. He gave up his own true well being of life and being put in a better position, a better financial position, and everything in order to pursue his own beliefs and his own ideas because he would refuse to sell out by all means because that wasn't a part of his nature. He believed in himself. And when you have a strong belief, then nothing can really falter that belief, no matter what it is. The devil can never really puncture you in the way that you, the way that others think he can. He never really gave into temptation. He always allowed himself to be guided by his will and not his temptations. And it is an amazing thing to see that of any human, of any man or woman, to allow that to happen. He has so much discipline in ways that people don't understand. But as you hear me say discipline, you might think like, oh, he didn't have discipline. He did all this and that. I mean, yeah, shit happens, man. That's life. All right. Life is gonna hit you, no matter how hard, how strong you are. Life is gonna hit you in a different way. I mean, I'm pretty sure you heard that little Rocky quote right there, but it's the truth, and you all know it because I'm pretty sure a lot of you are going through some shit right now, probably. And I'm not saying that to bash anybody because we all do. Because I feel the same way. Shit, I'm going through my own shit too. But at the same time, too, I can't allow myself to be defeated. It'll never feel right. And true defeat is just like just giving up. I have my plateaus where I might just sit down for a few days and not do anything because I'm just trying to figure something out. The confusion, the lost, the misguidedness of self could make you do some weird things and make you think some strange things. But what it really comes down to is the will and having that small little flame into you spark up when you need it to in the craziest of times. Hey, you might be down and out for a few days. I mean, your mom might have passed, a family member or something, or you just fucking burnt out from work or something. Stuff happens. I mean, but that's the beauty of the indomitable human spirit is the comeback you can make from that and the realization you could have, but that's only through discipline and constant willpower of telling yourself that you can break through many things. But let's be real here. Shit is going to happen. And something might happen to where you will feel overpowered by nature itself. We are a product of nature, but we cannot defeat nature in its entirety because it's the mother of us all. But that's the amazing thing. And that's what I love about doing this intensity. As you see me here, I'm dying. I feel like I'm dying. This is a fucking leg day, and I'm pushing myself to the absolute max because I enjoy it and I want to. I'll fall on the ground as many times as I need to, and I'll enjoy it. No matter if it's 100 pounds or 400 pounds, weight is weight. And if I push it to the absolute max, as long as I know I'm giving it my all, as cliche as all this sounds, I know you hear this all the time, it's the truth. It feels good. Whether if I'm doing just regular recovery work or just doing a regular workouts where I'm not pushing myself, the thought of the improvement of self comes along. And maybe I just might have a flash of an idea that may bring me somewhere new and that make me create something new just by trying something. The basicness of something can make you realize and make you craft something that's more advanced, that's more epic and awesome in its entirety. If you allow yourself to stay in tune within the flash of the spirit. and stay in the flow state and not be distracted by the music or the voices of others. And that's the amazing thing of how the mind can take you to another place, having the mind body connection. The mind is extremely powerful because the mind is the soul, and the soul is a product of the universe itself. And that's what I love about this. And I know sometimes I get a little inconsistent with these videos and everything, but sometimes I just don't want to do them. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, yeah, people make videos for the consistency and the money and stuff like that, but sometimes I just don't even care about that. This is the truth. Just like, yeah, we need money. Money's important, but sometimes I just don't feel like talking. I'm just like, I work a job like everybody else, and I'm tired like everybody else. Sometimes my brain just don't be braining. Sometimes I just don't feel like talking or just making these videos. It's not out of spite because I hate people or anything else. It's not like that. It's just I don't really like technology that much, even though I use it a lot, which is ironic and hypocritical, as I say. But sometimes when I get those little flashes and everything to actually do this, it feels good. And I enjoy it a lot, just like I enjoy this little talk. I always feel like I have to talk about the workout. It just feels good to just talk about certain things. Sometimes I might talk about the workout. Sometimes I won't talk about the workout. It all depends on how I feel. And sometimes, a lot of times, I have to realize that too. And it comes from a place of not doing the things that I feel like I have to do. I don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. That's what we have to realize as humans, as free will. The only thing perfect about humans that I feel is free will because it's free. And when you walk into a store and get a free sample or anything, you feel like it's perfect because it's free. You don't have to put any effort into it or anything like that. But that's all I got for this video, and stay safe.